Good Monday morning to you. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the 20th of January, 2020. So, today, just want to do an unboxing for you. I was looking through some of my games, and this is one I haven't played yet. Had for a good while. And this is Guerra, Muerte. Guerra, Muerte is, as it means down here, says down here, Latin America's war to the death. Yeah, loosely translated, Guerra, Muerte is war to the death. And it's we're talking about the loss of Spain's colonies to independence movements in the New World. So, pretty interesting subject, one close to my heart. This was Against the Odds magazine, and this is I don't know what they call it. It's the line that's I forgot what they call the line that comes with the tray and somewhat of a box. But let's look at the back of it and read it. The Napoleonic Wars brought. Oh man, I got that out of focus or something. The Napoleonic Wars brought enormous changes to the Western Hemisphere. The Louisiana Purchase really started it, as Napoleon sold Jefferson a large block of land that really belonged to Spain. Okay, I get what he's saying. In shifting their forces to limit American expansion, the Spanish loyal authorities opened the door to losing the remainder of two continents. They say two continents when I promise you, a lot of places in this world, in South America, we count, in Ecuador, we count America as one continent, you know. We just call it America. And then we're kind of taught there's 5 continents because Australia's an island and America is one continent. So I think it's hard to get your mind thinking there's 5 continents and then you switch to 7. It's a weird thing. Although in the English-speaking world, we do say there's 7. Although other places of the world, you know, there's different definitions for continents. But that's fine. just one of my a pet peeve of mine. Guerra Muerte depicts the 14-year struggle that saw Spain's possessions in the hemisphere shrink from almost everything not U.S. to Cuba and Hispaniola. That's true. The game title means War to the Death, coming from Simón Bolívar. That's a big hero of mine. Simón Bolívar. My wife's been watching a novella about Bolivar, and I believe the name of it may be Bolivar or Simón Bolivar. You know, we had a World War II general. The United States had a World War II general with the name that carried that name, Simón Bolivar Buckner, Simon Bolivar Buckner, whose father had been a Confederate general and a governor of the state of Kentucky, I believe. But yeah, so every time you see that name, Simón Bolivar, and so on and so forth, that has a lot to do with our revolutionary past in the U.S. You know, we share that revolutionary past with a lot of other people. And so we always thought of Simón as Bolivar as being the George Washington of South America, because in many ways he was. He thought of a united South America, you know, as the United States. People may, you know, doubt him for modern day ideals. Many people say he was racist. Which, by modern standards, sure, and race continues to be an issue in South America between whites, mestizos, blacks and Indians, blancos, mestizos, negros, y indios. It continues. It just is. A lot of people, and in some ways, a lot worse than in the Western world. In some ways, but he was that kind of George Washington leader, that kind of leader that served as presidents of many South American countries, as I guess the old Gran Colombia would be the thing that carried the vision more so than anywhere else. That would have been Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Panama. That was the old, most of Ecuador. That was the old Gran Colombia, and that's why, especially Venezuela, Ecuador, Colombia. That's why their flags are very similar. But I digress. Where was I at? I got off on a tangent. I'm sorry. From Simon Bolivar's proclamation to Spaniards in Venezuela. Support us or else. Warfare ranged from the border of the U.S. to the southern tip of South America. Absolutely. Absolutely. Progress ebbed and flowed, with territories changing hands several times, and intensity and size of battles slowly escalating. Yeah, they still famous battles. Many of them. We'll look at them. So that's what we're dealing with. And I got a plastic. It's, like I said, it's one of their. They got a. Europe had a hard time holding many colonies in the New World just because it's so far away. It's so hard to prosecute a war from that far away from Great Shot. This is that ATO magazine. Let's get to the Guerra, Muerte. Spain invaded. Let's see here. That's the background. I'll get to the rules here. Simon Bolivar. Probably a very complimentary portrait of the man. Granaderos, a caballo. Horse grenadiers. There's the primer to Hidalgo, Miguel Hidalgo. He's an important figure. All these guys are important figures. Well, Miranda, Sebastián Francisco Miranda. Seeing Miranda made me think, who designed this game? It wasn't Joe Miranda, I know. I'm so used to him seeing it. Well, here we go. Rules. Rules look to be about tactical options, range combat. It's not easy. It's not easy wars to simulate in a game, because a lot of times in the past, this time period, including the American Revolution, has been treated almost as Napoleonic, and it just wasn't. Times may have been Napoleonic, or near Napoleonic, but warfare just wasn't. Yes, different scenarios. 14 pages, 15 pages. So it looks about Atahualpa. That is, there you go. That's one you should read there. Atahualpa. That's his Estadio Atahualpa. That's the national stadium in Quito, Ecuador, where many a football team comes and falls to the equipo de Ecuador because the altitude's so high. Such a dynamic team in there, but that's Alto Wapa. The Alto Wapa Revolt. Yeah. Designer challenge. Oh, that ain't nothing. But it looks about 15 pages of rules. And what are they advertising there? Wallace's War. William Wallace. That's Scottish War. That's another interesting time period. And what we got here? Ooh, postcard game. What is this one? Huh? Forget you get a postcard game when you get. Well, you forget the other. I don't even know which one this is. What is that? Showtime Hanoi. Yeah, I haven't played it. There's the counters. Showtime Hanoi. Love postcard games though. That one. Another Vietnam. That one I might have to play. What else you got in here? Advertisements. Here's some propagandas. Mira. Libros de Napoleon. Libros. Un libro. What's a book? Features. Counters. Half-inch counter. No, they're not bad looking counters for a magazine game. Gran Colombia. It's a bandera de Gran Colombia. So I see a lot of cannon, some infantry. Believe it or not, you had some Irish play part in those wars. Down there, yeah, looks like you got a 10-sided die. Well, it's a small one. The dados, 10-sided die and a 6-sided dice. Excuse me. And of course a counter tray there. And let's look at the map. Well, there we go. It's not going to be wide, but it will be long. If I can get it open. Chuta, mira esta cosa ahí. La mapa. Let me stand up. Man. Yeah, it is. It is a long map. Wow. Still ain't getting it all in. Hey, let me get it up here. Guerra, Muerte. That's the United States. Wow. Javier Romero. Javier Romero. That's he's a really good designer. Javier Romero. That's Nueva California. Vieja. This would be what we typically call Baja California, and then in Mexico, people typically call what we call California as Alto California. Nuevo Mexico, Texas, Durango. Yeah, it's gonna come all the way down. In South America, we're gonna have Quito. That's the capital of Ecuador. I lived there for many years, people. Very cool place. Guayaquil, the biggest city of Ecuador. Couldn't be much different. Quito's always cool. 65, 70 degrees. It's going to be the top during the day. It's going to be very cool at night. And Guayaquil is almost always hot. It's on the coast. But yeah, the Guayaquil conference happened right there. So yeah, El Cusco is Peru. Brazil, now that was a colony of Portugal. What? Guiana, that's going to be the French Guiana, English Guiana, and Suriname. What's the Dutch Guiana. Chile, still a very important country in South America. See a lot of Spanish names, but you also see a lot of names. Quito, Quechua names, Indian names, like us. Rio de la Plata, so the River of Silver. Like us, our South American brothers have a lot of place names named after indigenous names. So, I don't know. Map looks pretty good. I like the holding boxes. I like this. I don't know. Maybe I'll get to try it pretty soon. I've had it for a while. It looks like it's a 15-turn game in 1824. Yeah. Starting 1810. Be interesting to play Spaniards. See how long you can hold out. See how long you can put your foot down on top of your colonists, as they were wont to do. That should never be forgotten. But yeah, there it is. Guerra, Muerte, against the odds. Javier Romero. I don't want to get his name out there. Decent designer. Well, good designer, let's say. All right, folks. I went long because I thought I got interested in talking about a few things. So, y'all have a great day.